Hello everybody. So we're actually going to do some graphical descriptive statistics in Excel now. So I'm actually going to use this one particular table here, and we'll see this table making a reappearance in the R videos also. So we'll use the same data set to generate a bunch of charts. So the first thing that I want to look at, so this table actually shows you the revenues from different space-related industries, the commercial satellites, satellite ground equipment, remote sensing data. These are all different industries, and every cell corresponds to the amount of money they made in each of these 5 years. So this particular industry of commercial satellites made some, and all of these values are in thousands of US dollars. So that's what this table actually shows. So it made about a million US dollars in 1990, 1.3 million in 91, and so on. So that's how you read this table. So now let's actually use this table to draw a bar chart first. So suppose I want to draw a bar chart where I want to actually just draw a bar chart for this part of the table, which is I want to know the revenues made by each of these industries in just one single year. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this data, go to the Insert tab in Excel, and go focus on this part of the insert ribbon. And you'll see different types of charts here. And I want you to come to the first case, which is a column chart. So click on the small drop-down box there, and you'll see a bunch of different options. I want a vertical bar chart, so I'm going to click on this one, which is a clustered column. That's what I want. So let me click on that, and you see what shows up here. So Excel has now made a bar chart, but there's an issue here where it's also taken industry and 1990 to be one of the categories. So I can actually easily fix that. What I'm going to do is come back to this data point, hover over these purple and blue areas, purple areas. I'm actually just going to hold my cursor there in the top right corner of 1990 and pull it down a little bit. And actually, I think let me redo this chart. So I'm going to undo this colors here because that's what's making it difficult for you to see. So if I select all of this, go to Insert, click on Columns, Clustered Column, I see a bar chart which nicely shows up. So let me just move this here. But it's taking the first industry and 1990 as another category. I don't want that to be the case. So I'll go here to the data point, and I'm just going to either hover my cursor on top of this industry cell or 1990 cell, any one, and just drag it down a little. So now you see that the selection area has changed from all these cells to just these 5 industries and 5 revenue values. And that is very neatly shown in my bar chart. So that's all there is to creating a bar chart. And I can actually now go and give it a neat title. There are different options for bar charts that Excel gives you. Do you want something like this, something like that? Or do I want something that looks like this, something else? So I just want the basic one. So I'm going to choose this option. But actually, let me undo all of this. So this is where did that go? Let me actually regenerate this chart. So I'm going to select this, insert, column. So that's my bar chart. Now I can double click on this chart title and say space revenues in 1990. So I have a title to my chart. I don't need an X label, but maybe I need a Y-axis label. So to do that, come to this top left corner, add chart element, go to axis, primary vertical. Click on that. Oh, sorry, my bad. So what you do is come here, go to axis titles, primary vertical, and you have an axis title here. If you double click, you can edit the text there. This will be revenues in thousands of US dollars. That is it. So we have a very neat bar chart ready. Now, we can also do a Pareto chart for the same information, where I actually want this sorted by descending order. So to do that, I'm going to select this row, industry, which has the names of all of the columns. I'm going to go to my home tab and come to this sort and filter option. Click on this and press the word filter. So when I click that, you see that this icon shows up in every single column. And that icon is actually going to allow me to sort each column in whatever order I want. And it will also allow me to filter different columns for different things that I'm interested in. But I'm going to let you figure out what the filter option is for. I'm only going to sort things now. So I want to click on this and say if I want to sort in ascending or descending order, I'm going to click descending. Okay. You see what happens to the chart automatically? It's gone from a bar chart to a Pareto chart with numbers in, with everything in descending value, and it's automatically figured out which is the biggest, which is the most, the highest bar, and it's named the different categories accordingly. If I want to sort it by ascending order, I go back, press ascending, and you see how it automatically updates to be the other way around. So that's how you create bar charts and Pareto charts in Excel. So I'll let it be as it is. Now I also want to show you, now I'm going to remove all of this filter stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and I'm going to press on ascending again and see, okay, maybe what I'll have to do is let me just keep undoing because I want those filters to go away. Or maybe not. Let me actually just retain them. Now let me show you what a line chart is. So a line chart is where it actually plots different values over a period of time and it shows you the data. So for instance, if I want to see how, if I want to see, say, how satellite services revenues have changed over the years, I'm just going to select that one row. And maybe, okay, I'm going to select this top row. Hold on to your control key and select this row. If you are in a Mac, hold your command key and select this row. So I've selected these two rows. I'm going to go to insert. If you check in recommended charts, it's actually going to show you a very a line chart, which is exactly what you want. Or if you want to generate this line chart, you have to come here, the second option, and press whichever option you want. 2D line. 2D line is what you want. But I'm just going to go with the recommended charts and press this. And there you go. So it has a very neat chart which shows me satellite services and the different values for satellite services in each of the years. So I can go ahead and add different elements to this chart. So I can add an axis title on the vertical column. Here again, I'm going to say revenues in thousands of dollars. I can add an x-axis revenue title also and say these are years. Then I can also add a data label. So this will actually show you the different data points. So let me try that. So you see 1990 is 800, 91 is 1200 and so on. Shows you the values. I can edit the placement of those labels. I can say I want them to be on the left of the chart so that it doesn't muddle the rest of the chart. So you can play around and that's how you create a line chart. In fact, coming back to the bar chart, I can also show the labels. I can show the height of these bars on top of the bars. So I'm going to select this bar chart, go and automatically the chart design window will pop open in Excel. So go to chart element, look at data labels and say outside end and see what happens. So all of these values now show up on the outside end of each bar, telling you what the height of each bar is. So I could do this just for a plain bar graph. I could do it for a Pareto chart. I could also do this for a line chart. Now, the last thing I want to show you is how, say for a particular year, I want to actually draw a pie chart which shows which shows the revenues for 1991 from these different industries. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to select all of these 5 industries, press my control key or command key, whichever system you're using. Maybe I want to do this for 92 only, so I'll select that column. Okay, now go to insert. Look at recommended charts, see what Excel is showing you. And there is a pie chart, which is what I want. So let me just click that. So if I don't want that, I have to go here and choose 2D pie. So, but life is easier with the recommended charts. So I'm going to go click on this. So let me just move this here so that it doesn't hinder our progress. Or maybe I'll just move it here. Okay. So now here there are a few other options in the top bar where you can choose the different styles of chart. Maybe you want the percentages to show, or maybe you want it with a legend like this, or maybe you want the labels to be on each slice. Maybe you want something that looks like this, but that is quite cluttered, so I don't like it. Maybe something like this. Oh, sorry, that's again very cluttered. Maybe this. Isn't it good? Okay, so I don't like any of these options, so I'm just going to undo all of this and go back to the basic one that I generated, which is that. So let me give it a try. Title. Double click, space revenues in 1992. Okay. Now I go back to add chart element, look at data labels, and just say how you want the whether you want the percentages to be shown here. Okay. So if I want that, maybe I'll put them in the center. Okay, so it is not, so it is just showing me the actual numbers. It's not quite showing me the percentages. I think it's going to take a little bit more work to make it show you the percentages. But if you hover over it, it tells you what the percentage share is. I think the best way to do it is to choose a chart option which already gives you that. So I'm going to go in for that. And there you go. So you have the actual values and the percentages. If you want to edit this, click on the single box, double click that, and remove that text, and you have the percentages. I'm sure there's a way around this where you are able to show only the percentages, but I'll maybe leave that as an exercise for you to figure out how to do that in Excel. So you now know how to do bar charts, line charts, and pie charts. Now, there's a couple more different types of charts that I want to do with the same data set, which is grouped side-by-side bar plots and stacked bar plots.